My in-laws didn't know I spoke their language until I snapped. When my husband Peter and I decided to move from Canada to Germany, I thought it would be a fresh start. Life in Canada had gotten expensive, and with a second baby on the way, we figured moving to his hometown in Hanover made sense. We found a beautiful house, and I imagined family gatherings, support, and a warm welcome. Peter's family had only met me once before, at our wedding. So when we flew in, the day after landing, we went straight to his parents' house. They greeted us warmly, hugging Peter, fussing over our toddler. It felt like a good sign. We stayed for dinner, chatted, and left early to settle into our new home. Over the next few weeks, we visited often, but something started to feel off. Whenever the conversation switched to German, the mood shifted. I don't speak with a German accent, so they must have assumed I didn't understand a word, but I did. And what I was hearing wasn't just harmless chit-chat. They'd make comments about my hair, my makeup, the way I dressed. It wasn't just small digs, it was cruel. They'd say things like my clothes looked cheap or that my lipstick made me look like a clown. And then, when my pregnancy started showing, they turned to my body. I heard snide remarks about how big I was getting, how I was carrying wrong, and how unhealthy I must be. Every single visit, there was something. It started eating at me. I was pregnant, hormonal, already insecure, and now I was listening to people I barely knew tear me apart in their own language right in front of me. I finally told Peter I couldn't take it anymore. He was shocked, said he'd talk to them, and he did. For a while, it worked. No more mean comments, at least not to my face. 3 months later, I gave birth to our beautiful daughter, Lilith. To me, the name wasn't just a name. It was tradition. My middle name is Lilith. My mom's is Lilith. My grandmother's, even my great-grandmother's. But the second his family heard it, they were furious. They said it meant ghost or demon and was inappropriate for a baby. I didn't pick it for the meaning, and I didn't care what they thought, so I stayed away for a while. Then came my mother-in-law's birthday. I didn't want to go, but Peter convinced me. We walked in with the baby, and instantly the crowd closed in. Everyone wanted to hold her. I was still deep in postpartum depression, still raw and exhausted. I politely let them look, but I wasn't ready for her to be passed around. That didn't sit well with my Mill, who started sulking because the spotlight wasn't on her. Halfway through dinner, I caught my sister-in-law leaning toward my Mill, speaking in German. She was complaining that I wouldn't let her hold the baby. Then, with this nasty little laugh, she called me, and I quote, a fat, ugly, hillbilly addict. Something in me snapped. I turned to her, looked her dead in the eye, and in perfect, fluent German said, I have understood every single thing you've ever said about me since the day we arrived. I've let it slide while you tore apart my hair, my makeup, my clothes, even my body while I was pregnant. But this is the last straw. And by the way, I've spoken German my whole life. The room went dead silent for about 2 seconds. Then all hell broke loose. People started yelling at me. Apparently I was the problem for deceiving them, for pretending I didn't understand, not for the insults, not for the months of nasty comments, for not telling them I knew. I didn't stick around to argue. I stood up, picked up my daughter, and walked out. Peter followed without saying a word. We haven't spoken to them since.